Welcome back. Every year, the Cattle Feeders Hall of Fame makes a point to honor the exceptional men and women who inspire the cattle feeding community through their work. Cattleman to Cattleman reporter Brian Baxter shows us how the 2012 Hall of Fame inductees and award winners have made a difference.
The Cattle Feeders Hall of Fame culminates every year with an event hosted by its founders Merck Animal Health, Drover's Cattle Network, and Osborne Bar. It's when all of the long days of being a cattle feeder are recognized by fellow peers and industry leaders.
We're honoring two cattle feeders that are no longer with us anymore, so the families will be accepting the awards. Robert Rebholz Sr., a cattle feeder from the Pacific Northwest, who worked very hard on the beef board and was just a leader in a lot of beef activities throughout his lifetime. Our other winner is Willard Sparks.
Willard was probably the smartest guy I ever met. He was a genius, he was compassionate, great businessman, an honor to work for him.
Willard Sparks made his legacy through hard work, determination, and a love for the cattle feeding industry. He found opportunities to improve cattle feeding through his research and philanthropy. His exceptional involvement in the agricultural community earns him a spot in the Cattle Feeders Hall of Fame.
He left a mark both in the ag research arena and in cattle feeding, and so it's important to honor people that have made a name in the industry and left a legacy and the importance of what we do.
Just like Willard Sparks, Robert Rebholz Sr. left a lasting legacy through his entrepreneurial spirit.
I think there's nothing that Bob loved more than to take a person and give him opportunities that were beyond what his expectations were. The ability to be able to develop people beyond what they even expected they could do themselves.
Robert Rebholz Sr.'s commitment to producing high-quality beef led him to establish Agri-Beef. He focused on the sustainability and culture of the company while also improving the well-being of the cattle he produced.
He set a vision for our company years ago. He set the culture of the company years ago about trying to be the best industry-leading kind of company that we can become.
I think every one of us who knew Bob would recognize that foundation that he put in place is the reason why we're successful.
The thing he loved most about the cattle feeding business is the people. Straight through and through. All the experiences he had, working in industry associations, or whether it's customers or suppliers or whoever it was what can we do as a whole in this industry to make it better.
Terry Klopfenstein also works to improve the cattle feeding industry. As a professor at the University of Nebraska, Terry leads innovative research focusing on ruminant nutrition. His outstanding leadership and contributions to the future of cattle feeding are being recognized by the Hall of Fame with the 2012 Industry Leadership Award.
Well, it's rather humbling. I know a lot of people that are deserving of this. You can see it's hard for me to express how I feel about it. On the one hand, I appreciate it. I don't want it to sound like I don't appreciate it, but that's not why I go to work every day, and that's not why I spend time with students, and why I spend time with cattle feeders. And we're in a really interesting time in the cattle industry right now. So it's really interesting, tough, but interesting. And so that's why I've done what I've done, not to get awards.
The Cattle Feeders Hall of Fame gives recognition to those who rarely receive it. It's also a chance for the beef industry to celebrate the achievements of the individuals who've shaped the way beef is produced.
I think organizations like Cattle Feeder Hall of Fame and many of the others are doing a great service to the industry to celebrate the accomplishments and the leadership that is going to help us persevere through a lot of change. We're honored to be partners with Merck and Drover Advanced Cattle Network to have started this and to honor the great men and women who committed their lives to helping feed the world and being part of such a great, vibrant industry such as the beef industry. Cattle feeders really, I kind of look at it as they're that bridge between the packer and the rest of the cattle industry. It's all a chain, and so it's important to see each segment healthy, because when we have a healthy chain from the packer all the way down
to the cow-calf guy, that means that everybody's going to be in some black ink, and that's the thing we want to see.
If you look at the cattle feeders that have been honored historically, these are folks that really made a difference to our industry. Cattle feeding is a unique thing. We take it for granted in the United States.
Reporting from the Cattle Feeders Hall of Fame in Denver, Colorado, I'm Brian Baxter for NCBA's Cattleman to Cattleman.
The Arturo Armendaro's Distinguished Service Award is also given at the Cattle Feeders Hall of Fame. This year, Hector Pacheco of Meloland Cattle Company in El Centro, California, is the award's recipient. Hector was unable to attend the event, but was recognized by his peers for more than 60 years of dedication to the cattle feeding industry. To learn more about the 2012 Cattle Feeders Hall of Fame inductees and their service to the beef industry, head to our website at cattlemantocattleman.org.